Hi, I'm Corey Lynch, and this is going to be a demonstration of my contact application. As usual, first I'm going to give a little demo of how it works, and then afterwards I'm going to go ahead and go over the code as well. So, let's go ahead and see the contact manager application. Let's go ahead and actually just fill out a form here. Let's do what you did in your video here. Let's do Mickey Mouse phone number 555. Some random number. Email, let's do Mickey at Disney.com. Let's do Disney.com. So submit. As you can see right here, Mickey Mouse, phone number, email, website. Let's go ahead and delete right here. I have please delete. So let's go ahead and delete that one. So, delete. As you can see, delete is gone. That did delete it. And let's go ahead and edit Bill Hader over here. Let's change Bill Hader to Kristen Wiig. Let's change it to KristenWiig.com. Let's do Kristen Wiig at Hollywood. And let's change the number. Let's do 555, 555, and 5555. So we can get a good distinction of what we changed it to. So now we have Kristen Wiig. See at the top it says edit Bill Hader. So let's go ahead and edit Bill Hader and make him Kristen Wiig. And now you can see Bill Hader's gone. That's because we actually just changed Bill Hader to Kristen Wiig, the new number right there, and everything changed. So yep, just accesses the database, pulls it. Obviously, it just uses the identification number as a reference to what we're going to be changing. So let's go move over to the code real quick. As usual, we connecting to the database at the top here, and then right here is the form. Let's go ahead and start with what comes first here, and that is the form. So, well, actually, what comes first, I suppose, would be pulling everything from the database. So right here, we have a statement selecting everything from the table contacts: ID, first name, last name, phone, email, and website. And then from there, we're going to put it in a variable contact. So everything is in contacts right now, and then for each contact, we're going to have as contact. And then we're going to echo out for each and every single one. We're going to do some HTML structure, and then with bits in between where we're actually adding the information, which is contact, first name, right here, last name, email, website, and that's all of the information. Then over here we have the buttons right here. We do have an edit button, which goes right to edit contact.php, but it does bring some information along. I brought the first name, last name, phone, email, website, and the ID. I did do it, I'm sure I did it a little bit different way. I'll show you what I mean in a minute by that, but I used the ID as a reference, like I'm sure you have to do, but I did a little bit of a different way. I'll show you in a minute. And then we have the delete button, which takes you to delete contact.php, and that just brings along the ID for reference, because we don't need all the information to know what to delete. Now, the reason why I brought in all the information with in the URL is so I can get all the information using get. And then go ahead and I'm going to store that in the value. So that's pretty much saying if we want to edit Corey right here, it's going to bring along all the information just so we don't have to have this blank input fields. And then I went ahead, this is what it all is right here. This is getting the ID, and then this is getting the rest of the information. And then right here in the value for each one, I put a little insert of PHP where it's putting that variable in there. And that's getting it from the URL, like I said. So if you look at the top here, you're going to have all the information. It's getting it from the URL, putting it over here. So then Now, the different part that I think I did that was a little different, I'm not sure. I know there's probably a more efficient way to do this, but I got the ID number as well from the URL. I did put that in an input. This is the only way I could figure it out, but I put that as an input, and then I just hit it with some CSS, and it's not, you can't edit it. It's not there. But it was the only way I could figure out how to get it, because this is a post method. Only way I could figure out how to get it within this conditional statement after it's posted. This is the only way I could figure out how to get the ID and maintain the ID and pass the ID through. So the ID is getting passed through this form again. So it's getting passed through the form and then putting in this variable right here using the post method. So then the same goes with all the other information. It's just that we need the ID to reference what we're going to be editing, which is right here, which is the MySQL statement. Update contacts, and then sets all the information, and then it says where ID equals contact ID. And then if you bind the parameters, right here you see contact ID referring to contact ID variable, which is up here. So that was the only way I could really figure out how to get the ID kind of passed through after you post the form. Other than that, I couldn't figure out how to reference, where or which user to edit. But then, of course, after that, we execute the statement, and then it just updates what it does is it updates the user depending on which ID it is, and then gets all the new information set from this form if you decide to edit it, and then put that in the database and update it. And then I have a header at the bottom of this conditional, so if the request method is post, which is just pretty much saying if the form gets posted, or the form submits and then it's using the post method, then it's saying go ahead and redirect us back to contact app. And then that just, of course, does everything all over again, where it just loads all the information, and then that's why it updates. And however, afterwards, of course, you can continue along like normal and go ahead and add another thing, delete something. It just brings you right back to, as a full circle. So then, of course, with delete, I think I may have demonstrated this in my last video, but I'm going to go ahead and give it another demonstration. We pass the information like I showed a minute ago, just the ID. We pass the ID in the URL, and we use the get method right here to reference the ID, and then we do a MySQL statement, delete from contacts where ID equals contact ID, and then bind the parameters, of course, making this refer to the variable up here, which is getting the ID, and then executing the statement. So that deletes it, but from there we do need to go back to the main page. So that brings us right back to the main page with the header, and full circle again, and from there you can continue on doing whatever it is you want to do with the application. So that is the application. Like I said, I'm not sure if there's a better way to pass that ID when editing a contact from initially passing it into, what I did was I passed it through the URL right here, over there, at the end here, then getting it from the URL at the top, passing it through the form when you submit it, not being able to edit it, and then getting it using the post method again after you post it, and then of course referring to it at the end there at that MySQL statement. If there is a better way, I would like to know, because I was a little bit confused by that, but however I did get it to work and it is functioning. So I really appreciate you watching, and thanks. Bye.